The Eric Johnson Space Administration Space and Rocket Review is filmed in front of a live studio audience at Universal at Eric Johnson Studios in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Stay tuned for the following event. It's 5:30. It's time to party with EJ, and with him as always is Garth. What am I, some sort of chimp? With him as always is Garth? Space and Rocket Review. Do you allow comments from the peanut gallery? No. You know what I do? You know what I do allow, though? You know who I do? You know what I do allow? I allow Ryan Weber to be with me.
Am I the peanut gallery?
No, you're the Ryan, I think.
Okay, I'm the Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys wanted.
Yeah.
I got Ryan Weber with me. You guys wanted, some Flight 13 reactions from Ryan. I saw it in the YouTube comments, so I figured we would manifest this. They say frick you, by the way.
Thank you. Right back at you.
All right. Yeah, I see you're learning to deal with chat well.
Oh, trust me, I know how to deal with chat. Chat is just chat. You know, you if they throw stuff at you, you throw it right back at them.
Yeah. I do that. That is something that I do. All right. So, let me see what we have here for space news. I have there's some other stuff.
There be whales here.
There be whales. There do be whales though, and they do be floating.
I mean, like, I can't say to this chat, like, I can say stuff to this chat that I straight up cannot say to NSF chat. That's 100% true.
Like what?
Like, screw you. I can't do
that. Yeah, you can say that to him. It's all right. It's okay.
I don't think Das would be too happy with me on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's fine. It's fine. Just go with what you feel. Anyway, so before we start talking, so there was new Flight 13 footage posted today, guys. So before we get into that, I'm just gonna run through the other stuff, and then Ryan, I was thinking, there's actually some YouTube comments on my VODs, on the Space News VODs from the other day that were like, hey, where's Ryan? You said he'd be here. I'm like, okay. They're like, we wanted.
I think we forgot about it yesterday.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you may. Yeah.
I would have been around to do it. I forgot about it too. I'm going to be entirely honest with
you. Okay. All right, cool. I thought you were working, and then we just played Battlefield instead.
That's fine. We can do Battlefield later too.
Yeah. That's what we're doing after this.
Okay.
What's happening? Okay. Do we get Sawyer or Max as a treat? Maybe.
Max is off in Netherlands, I think.
He's in the Netherlands?
Or he's somewhere. Over the rainbow, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Stroopwafel. Godevond.
I don't know exactly where Max is. We'll just go with that. He's somewhere in between a site in South Texas and the KSC, or at one of the other. I don't know where he is. So.
Frank de Boer, spet the bell. Go to Dennis Bergkamp, Dennis Bergkamp, Dennis Bergkamp. There you go. There's your Dutch.
Yeah.
Frank de Boer, spet the bell. Dennis Bergkamp, Dennis Bergkamp, Dennis Bergkamp. Ah! All right. What was that? It was Dennis Bergkamp. Oh, now they're speaking Dutch. Crap, I
don't. Now you done it.
Yeah. All right. Okay, hey Myers, what's going on? YouTube chat saying hi. Chris, what's up, buddy? Have you guys considered playing War Thunder? You want us to rage even more than we do at Battlefield? Let's not do
Right?
that. Let's not. All right, so
I have played War Thunder in the past. It's been a long time since I played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Ryan love you and shoot better in BF6. Baron said that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, the first bit of news here is coming from Rocket Factory Augsburg. So, their RFA1 rocket was out on the pad. They just got it out on the pad, and we got a new post here. After a successful week of testing RFA1 on the pad for the first time, we encountered an issue with the vehicle that requires further investigation. We have made the decision to destack the vehicle in order to investigate. We will provide further updates as soon as confirmed information is available. Yeah, you probably don't want to go too crazy with, testing parameters with RFA1 this time around. Wouldn't you say?
It didn't blow up, right?
Yeah. So Rocket Factory Augsburg guys had about 2 years ago, had a little bit of a boo-boo on the pad. So, them finding something and being like, hey, let's not do that. Let's get the rocket off the pad and figure out what's wrong with it.
Good on them.
Yeah, that's being smart, because the last one, see everything that's kind of in my mouse cursor right here, that was pretty much toast the last time, because it popped. Well, it didn't pop on the pad, it caught on fire, and then it popped.
I will make this comparison because a lot of people like to smash on newer rocket companies. There was another company that recently had an issue with a rocket and destacked and wanted to look at data better and even swap some engines and then went to launch again. Who could I be talking about?
ESAR Aerospace.
They have had issues they've looked at.
No.
Starship. Guys.
Yeah.
Starship.
Yep.
This isn't just like to companies who are new and everything. It's a smart decision on RFA to do this.
Yeah. No.
You have issues, destack it. I want to see them launch. I do. It's a beautiful landscape. I'd love to see a launch out there.
Yeah.
Even go there would be kind of cool too.
Shetland is a little bit remote, dude.
But still cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Up in the North Sea.
Yep.
Literally, you have the UK to the south of you. To the east, you have Iceland. To the west, you have Norway. That's literally what's around you out there.
So, RFA is up here.
Yeah. That's pretty remote.
They're way up here.
They're somewhere around there.
Where the heck is it?
Have they got an East Coast site or West Coast site?
I
would assume East Coast.
I gotta find this stupid thing. These might be older pictures, but it's somewhere around here. But yeah, they're up here somewhere. So that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Fun fact, it's not that far from ESAR. ESAR's up here.
Relatively speaking.
I mean, ESAR's closer than Cape Canaveral.
That is true.
Cape Canaveral's way over here. It's at the very northern tip of of Shetland. Yeah, it's maybe up here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. I found it. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. You see how? Yeah, it's kind of a. When was this picture taken? Yeah, 2024. Yeah. That's Yeah.
Yeah, Saxavord.
Saxavord. Yep.
Saxavord Spaceport Launchpad.
Ooh, wait, what are we doing down here? All right.
Gravity losses on that are fun. Far north.
If you're going into polar, that ain't too bad.
That's true. If you're going SSO or polar, it doesn't really matter on that much. If you're trying to go Although if you're trying to go west, I'm kind of curious how far along they get in their trajectory before they're over Bergen or Oslo
Yeah, right.
at that point.
Well, how far is it off? How far is it off the coast? Let me see. 300 kilometers to the fjords.
That's not that far.
No, it's not far at all. That's
Yeah,
what is that?
pretty
180,
close.
182 miles,
Give or
187
take.
miles. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, guys, the ground track is probably somewhere along like this. It's really designed to just go north. The first stage would come down in Oslo if they launched due east, and it would go into a 60-degree inclined orbit, which is,
Eh,
I mean, I'm sure that's useful. Yep. Oslo is, I mean,
600.
yeah, 642. The first stage, if they launched on a 94-degree azimuth, the first stage would land in Oslo. Yeah, pretty sure. So 600 is about the golden number, guys. For if a stage is burning for roughly about 2 minutes 30 seconds, gets you to somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 kilometers an hour at staging. Yeah, about 600 kilometers downrange. Yeah, give or take. First stage would come down over there. You don't want that. You might be able to get it to come down here in the strait right here, but there's a lot of boats there.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that's in there.
So like you don't want that.
In the Skagerrak.
Yeah, you don't want you don't want to do that. There's a lot of ships that go up in here.
Was it the Skagerrak? The Skagerrak. Right there.
Bless you.
Just the just before you get into the North Sea, where the Battle of Jutland was fought, by the way.
Lind. Oh, throwback.
Jutland.
I'm thinking, if we're saying Robert Shetland, I'm thinking Scapa Flow. I'm just saying.
Beatty's an idiot, but here we go. Here we are.
Some
There you
knowledge
go.
being
We're
some knowledge being dropped
we're
here.
we're in space news. We don't need to go into World War I naval history.
I was gonna say you could throw the references out there, and I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I played too much Hearts to not know. I know Hearts is World War II, but whatever. All right.
Oh, there's the mods that you can do World War I with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Even just launching east is an issue.
Oh yeah, all the oil. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Offshore oil
BP
for Norway.
BP's doing a lot of stuff up there.
Yeah.
All right. So next bit of news. This is coming from Marcia Smith, who's saying on second quarter 2026 financial results now, Boeing says a redesign of Starliner deficiencies, quote unquote, is going, quote unquote, quite well, but need to work with NASA to, quote unquote, align on when the uncrewed and crewed launches will be. Don't expect it to be a cost problem, but, quote unquote, we do have some uncertainty there, unquote.
How vague do you have to be there? Like, Jesus.
I hope this email finds you well. I'd like to circle back with you on some deficiencies that we are discussing, and we have to make sure that everyone is in alignment to propose a unified front towards attacking this product to make sure we get to minimum viable.
That's so corporate speak. It's so bad.
And before you're like, he's making a joke, I literally died. I actually died a little bit inside saying that. So it was worth it, but also.
God. AK Starliner, like, rip Starliner. Wait, should I say rest in peace? I don't know if I mean rest in peace.
I'm
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't even think I mean rest in peace for Starliner.
No.
I mean rest in
just rest.
Rest in fucking Reese's. There you go.
Rip in pepperonis.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I deal with this crap every day, dude. It hurts saying it. It hurts saying it, dude. So Ryan, my wife Bree works in the software industry, and I listen
Uh-huh.
to those meetings.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I listen to those
Thank
meetings in the morning when I'm eating breakfast, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. It's so bad.
I do a lot of online computer work as a maintenance controller,
Yeah.
but thank Christ I don't have to be on those meetings. Because it would be like, how dumb are you?
Dude,
Like, I would I would have a hard time keeping my mouth shut in a
yeah.
lot of things. I'd
Yeah.
just be like, all right, I gotta like triple mute myself just in case I don't say anything.
Dude,
Hardware mute, you know, like
dude, somebody would say something like this, and I'd be like, what does that mean? What are you talking about?
what do you mean?
Is something broken? What do you mean deficiencies? I heard deficiencies. What do you mean? You mean you designed something deficient?
Explain that.
Yeah, what do you mean? This capsule was supposed to fly like 8 years ago. What are you talking about deficiencies? Like they'd be like, well, we're discussing some things, and then we'd have HR called on us. Oops. It's provocative. It gets people going. Yeah, nobody knows what it means. Dude.
Another line in a long line of Boeing failures. That's all.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Redesign of Starliner deficiencies. So there was clearly some things that them and NASA didn't see eye to eye on, and they sent it anyway. But in the next sentence, they said that it's going quite well, but they need to work with NASA to align on where uncrewed and crewed launches are. So yeah, we have no official manifest for this thing. There's no date for launching it. It will get launched at some point.
At some point.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Do they need to recheck the seats are installed correctly in Starliner too?
So there is a thing about that. I know I gave Boeing crap for that yesterday.
Yeah.
They're not the only ones that have that problem. There's an AD out there for Airbus planes too that have had the same issue.
Uh-oh.
But it's still sad, though. I will still give it to Boeing. I work on their planes. I'll give it to them all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to say. What we say around here is that it's really not Boeing, and it hasn't been Boeing since 1997. It's McDonnell Douglas wearing a Boeing skin suit. Like, it's really what's going on.
No, the original Boeing was a company that had the engineers work right next to the factory, like SpaceX does.
Yeah, they were like SpaceX, but with airplanes. That's correct.
And they had their engineers work with their mechanics and their technicians, and they're not really family owned, but they were definitely an engineer based company. McDonnell Douglas, on the other hand, who started off very well, especially with like the C-47s and stuff like that, and DC-3, and of course they built chunks of the Saturn V. They were a lot more of a corporate company than Boeing was. And at some point in the the 80s, 90s, they went, you know what? Let's merge. It wasn't really one bought the other, it was a merger, more or less. And then McDonnell Douglas's executives took over Boeing's factories and everything. And then, of course, like the McDonnell Douglas F-18 Hornet, the F-15 Eagle, because all those were made by McDonnell Douglas. They then got slapped on with the Boeing name. And then, of course, that became Boeing with the McDonnell Douglas logo. And then they bought Rockwell and everything else. So when you see Boeing related to the shuttle, no, that was never Boeing. That was always Rockwell. It was never Boeing. Boeing just took over the rights to work on the shuttle later down the line.
United Space Alliance.
Yeah, they have not been the same company since the 90s. They just haven't.
McDonnell Douglas Boeing merger happened in 97, so that should tell you everything you need to know. The head shake says more than anything you could say. You're telling the story, and I know the story, and it's just like watching a train wreck. You're just like, all right. Anyway, all right. What's the next bit of news? Okay, so the Link spacecraft sent up. So this is coming from David Palmer here. Who is this? Satellite identification. Okay, the Link spacecraft sent up to reboost the Swift Space Telescope is having attitude control problems. Uh-oh. Hold
Rip.
on. Okay, this is a NASA read here. What does it say? Over the weekend, Catalyst's Link servicing spacecraft experienced issues with attitude control, causing the spacecraft to spin and resulting in sporadic communications. Preliminary investigation shows that 2 of Link's 3 reaction wheels are currently not operable.
2 of the 3? Oof.
And there's some loss of functionality in its cold gas thruster system. Link is designed to approach, capture, and boost the Neil Gehrels Swift Observatory to a higher orbital altitude. Link's other major subsystems are functioning as expected. The spacecraft remains power positive, that's huge, and in communication with the Catalyst team. The team is working to stop Link's spin over the next few days using the spacecraft's electric propulsion thrusters. After reestablishing stable attitude and further investigating spacecraft status, Catalyst plans to update Link's guidance, navigation, and control to accommodate the spacecraft's new configuration. Working closely with NASA teams, they will then evaluate revised plans to approach and capture Swift, depending on safety of the approach and Link's health. Uh-oh.
Let's hope they can actually still use it. You know.
Yeah, I'm worried it went out of phase with the satellite. Or with Swift. That's not great.
That's no bueno.
That's not good. Well, we'll see if they can fix it. Well, of course it's power positive. 2 out of 3 reaction wheels are off. I mean, outdoorsman, you say save Hubble first. The Link mission was supposed to be a demonstrator for a potential Hubble boost mission in the future. So it's kind of imperative that this mission not fail. We don't want that. Oh, boy. Okay. Next bit of news here is coming from Blue Origin here. Let's see. Our team at Honeybee Robotics, a Blue Origin company, recently passed critical design review for our lunar rover flying on a Firefly Space Blue Ghost mission towards the moon's Gruithuisen domes in 2028. I'm not saying it right, I know. This marks a major milestone on the path to next flight build. Next up, our mobility and navigation test vehicle will continue putting miles on the lunar analog facility floor as we prepare for flight. What do we got here?
Always love lunar stuff. Lunar rover.
Oh, yeah. Is that inside of a shipping container? Yep. Yep, it is. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Get up and over. Hey. Oh, Kasama, that's a good question. We'll answer that in a second. Cool. That's good for Blue. That's going to launch on Blue Ghosts, the next Blue Ghost mission, which is pretty cool. All right, last bit before we get to Starship, dudes. Let's see. This is coming from Marcia Smith. Transportation Secretary and former acting administrator Sean Duffy announces new initiative to streamline commercial space licensing. Proposed rule allows for agency to waive unnecessary environmental laws and regulations, and there's a 30-day public comment period. All right, you know what? You know what we're not doing? We're not going to read about that. Here.
I'm not going to say anything about that because that's going to get off the rails if that happens.
Yeah, how about we here? Look at this instead.
Yeah. End of that.
Yep. Nope. I'm pulling the plug. Eject. Watch this instead.
Let's watch an object come back from space, do a flip and burn, and soft splash down and not blow. That exhaust almost hit that drone.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude. So SpaceX posted new footage of the landing, and man, it's good. So this is coming off of Flight 13, which launched on Friday, guys. Pretty much a great mission. Now, Kasoma had a question over in YouTube chat saying, how come booster catch was possible before, but these latest V3 boosters can't even be caught? Well, you have a pro here. Here, listen to Ryan. Ryan, go off.
Clean sheet design is the best way to put it. The only similarity that a Block 1/2 booster has with a Block 3 is it's 9 meters wide and it's made of stainless steel, and it has an engine named Raptor. That's about it. Raptor 3 is significantly different from Raptor 2. The internals of the vehicle are completely different. A hot stage, it has an integrated hot stage ring, different grid fins, different landing profile. It's got landing tanks instead of just using the main tanks for everything. Oh, so many things are changed with it. There's a lot of different changes. I could go on for hours talking through every single one of them. It's a clean sheet design. You're not gonna you got to figure it out before you try to land it again.
Yep.
Before it does what Booster 12 was doing in your background right there. So I don't know if they'll go for it next flight. Maybe if they know exactly what happened and they're confident enough in their fix, they might. But they also might just dunk 21.
So, all right, here I have a picture. That was the old boosters that they caught. That's their plumbing design. That's
old. That's
really old.
Actually,
yeah.
That's actually Booster 4.
Oh God, that's probably okay. Well, I mean, this.
If I remember correctly, I think that's the 21. I think that's the 29 engine design, if I remember correctly. That's not even the 33 engine one.
Yeah, you might be right. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can find a different one.
You get the B13 picture. It'd be B13 versus the B18 one would be the best one. Even though the B13 one is kind of rusted a little bit.
Yeah, I got it. I have the B13 picture. So here, take a look. That is Booster 13. They fished it out from the ocean. Somehow the engine section was intact. It did a soft splashdown, right? So there's your main fuel and oxidizer lines in. The umbilical would be over here somewhere, right? You can kind of see the plumbing. It's kind of got some baffling going on. It looks nice. Here, look. That's what it looks like now.
You can even see a ton of filters, and you can even see part of the ice filter system that they had. You see all that wire mesh down at the bottom there?
Yep.
Like even at the bottom, like that was an ice filter system that literally sat right above all the inlets.
Oh yeah.
They had a massive ice problem on the older boosters.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's that. So that's Block 1/2.
And then that is the updated design. This is a shot of Booster 18 after it popped. This picture's coming from RGV. This was last year when the booster popped on the pad because of a bad COPV. See, that's what I mean when we say they changed the plumbing. Look at the difference. It is ridiculous. Like that, it is completely new. It's not even the same thing.
Yeah, like the spider web stuff you see going around the transfer tube there and going above the other lines. That's coming off the LOX landing tank, so that's separate. That's a separate system that didn't exist on the older one, or not really existed on the older one, but yeah. And then you basically have all the lines coming out of the large transfer tube, which the transfer tube went from 1 meter wide to 3 meters wide. So that's a significant jump. In fact, because I ran those numbers, that transfer tube holds 97 metric tons of liquid methane. Just the transfer tube.
Will we ever see the V3 ship internals? I'm sure RGV has got a picture of them or somebody somewhere or
No.
NSF.
No, we have not.
Really?
We've seen V2 ship internals because Ship 36 blew up. But we have not seen V3 ship because, well, unless someone is flying as soon as they take a section out, then we'll see it. But they didn't really change it too much as far as we're aware. When you guys were talking about the header tank design before, so because they slightly changed the routing of the LOX header line of the V3 ship. But for all intents and purposes, I know I think they said V3 ship was a clean sheet propulsion design, which it very well may be. We don't really, other than them saying it. We know for certain how clean sheet booster is. You can just see it because booster 18 had the courtesy to show us its innards after it sneezed and blew itself open. But yeah, I spent so many hours staring at this picture, following the lines.
It's intense, man. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, if you guys are wondering why they still haven't gotten the kinks worked out, there you go. Yeah, give them some time. They'll get it. They're making exponential progress. It's yeah, that's dude. Man, that thing got messed up. Why are the pipes for the 13 inner engines wider than the outer? Actually, Max, I had that question the other day. Ryan, do you know why the inner diameter pipes are bigger?
The inner diameter pipes are bigger. I think there's just baffles on those.
So, like, okay, you have these pipes right here that come out of the higher point on the transfer tube. Those obviously go into the outside engines. But if you look at the inner ring of 10 engines, the pipes that go down to them, or the methane pipes, are way bigger diameter.
That might be to help with landing burn stuff, because the methane landing tank is under there, by the way. There's a bottom section of that transfer tube that's kind of cut off from the rest of the transfer tube. That's a methane landing tank, which itself holds 18 metric tons of liquid methane, give or take. So, like, the transfer tube doesn't go all the way down. There's a small little section with a methane landing tank. Then there's a methane transfer tube that goes up. And then, of course, there's the LOX landing tank off to the side. And then, of course, you have the methane tank all the way up and everything. So, yeah, it's...
So they have, like, a day tank down there?
You can't see it. Like, let me find the dang thing here.
Is there a freaking day tank down there for the landing? I mean, it's a buffer tank. That's what that sounds like. Sounds like a buffer tank to me.
If you pull up here, let me DM you the chat.
Okie dokie.
This is from the Space Extreme. You can even see where it's located. When you look in there.
Oh, all right. Let's see.
You see at the look at the bottom of the booster. There.
Ah!
Yeah. There you go.
What the frick? Bro. No wonder they didn't want people looking down that transfer tube. Holy crap. Huh.
Yeah. The upper part of that really isn't filled much. I mean, it goes to show that, but a lot of that's like water hammer ullage gas up there. But yeah, that is the design of the bottom of that booster. Like, there's a lot of stuff down there. Yeah.
So
it's nuts.
Okay, so weird question then. Are the outer ring of 30 attached to that tank directly?
What we think
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Is that they might have lines running from where the top of that landing tank is, there could be lines that are running through it and then down and then out. Possibly.
Mhm.
Either that or it's all. The other part is we don't exactly know what the top of that looks like. There could be I think there are holes in the top of that. So while it's not like fully sealed off, it's sealed off enough so that when you go like basically that little bit that goes up and into the tank, that's sealed. But that little slope part, I
Yeah.
think it's got holes in it. So you can still get the feed of the methane through all the engines, but it's closed off enough so that when they go to do the landing burn, they can have an actual. They might be able to actually have like a somewhat of a pressurized system and still be able to feed the engines during landing.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's designed,
I
but
mean,
I'd
so
have to go back and look because we saw something like that at one point. I have to go back and look at it again. It was a long time ago.
jeez. What?
Yeah.
What the funkin' waggles is going on here? I mean, guys, guys, these tanks. I mean, I get it. I understand what they're doing. You don't want prop slosh during that landing. You have to get a good feed. You have to maintain good head pressure. When you have this big whole freaking tank, the things can slosh around. You see on the inside they have these baffles right here. Those are internal stringers. See them right there? That's all to kind of it's for structure, but it also dampens out the propellants from sloshing back and forth. And having this transfer tube here and see all their structure on the damn transfer tube. All that is to prevent the propellants from sloshing around. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Because you don't want any. Ideally, you don't want any propellant slosh during a landing burn. The reason why is if the thing's going around, right, and it's sloshing the propellants around, and you go to fire 13 engines to do the like terminal deceleration and then capture, right? You can basically create a siphon, and if you don't have the right feed, if you don't have the right pressure going through these pipes, the ones that go out and around, and then these ones down here, if you don't have the right pressures going into there, the Raptors are going to get very unhappy during the landing burn, which is pretty much what happened. Now, I don't think it's because of head pressure with Booster 14, though, Ryan. I think they had fought again. That would be my
Booster
guess.
20? You mean Booster 20 or
What did I say?
Booster 14?
Flight 13,
Flight
Booster
13,
20.
Booster 20?
Yeah, words.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that was
They
a
don't
Raptor issue or if that was a fuel issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe SpaceX might tell us. They've actually been relatively open lately. I was surprised at how open they were talking about what happened with the Raptors on that T0 abort.
Yeah, Dan
They
told
were
us.
pretty open about what happened there.
Dan gave us the goods, man.
I love that. I love that. That was awesome. I see. Well, Vargon, you're asking why is the thrust bar conical? I think that's to give the center engines a little bit more room to TVC, to a little more range. So it pushes the center engines down slightly, and it kind of pushes the inner ring of 10 down slightly.
Yep.
Might gives them a little bit more room to TVC. So
that's absolutely it. That booster's got to dance around, dude. I've seen the thing dance around. You need a lot of turny-whirny. You need thrust vector control, turny-whirny. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. This
wiggles.
is the wiggles.
It's the flap cam in water.
I couldn't believe it. They're showing us the whole thing, man. So
they're proud of it. They're proud of it. The ship is still there.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them, to be honest with you.
When SpaceX gets proud of something, when SpaceX is proud of something that happens, they show it.
Oh, yeah.
You better believe they show it if they can.
Dude, the fact that this thing is still floating out there is bananas to me.
We're going to get more and more. They're going to keep putting stuff out. But and again, you see how well this ship fared. It opens that question, what happens next flight?
They gotta catch it, dude. They gotta catch this sucker, man.
But the thing is they're likely going to orbit. I mean, what is there left to achieve for ship other than a repeat? Why? And why repeat?
Yep.
Get the ship into orbit, deploy your... Basically, next flight, it would likely be a Starlink V3 demonstration flight. or orbital demonstration flight with Starlinks, basically. So your OFT-1, your orbital flight test 1 for Starship, with deployment of V3 Starlinks in a usable orbit, so you can actually test the antennas, test the solar arrays, test them in an orbit, use their ion engines to get up, raise their altitude, and actually run them, kind of like back when they did the Starlink V 0.9s missions. Basically, that's what the next mission would be. And I doubt, though, they wouldn't really be that operational of Starlinks. It would probably just be to test a bunch of stuff and make changes to V3 Starlink as they need to, and I can only imagine the data they got off of this mission. Even for, 20 minutes, they probably got a lot of data on how shit works. But bring the ship, but at this point, you get the ship in, unless there's something utterly wrong with the ship, like... for the next several flights, they're definitely going to do the roll with the ship and have cameras on certain sats. They're definitely going to keep doing that to look at the heat shield, because they're going to want to make sure the heat shield is good before they re-enter over land. So they'll keep doing that, and then if the ship looks good, if the tower's good, bring it back. Why not?
Yeah,
Try it. What do you got to... I mean, the only other thing you have to lose... If you know the ship's going to survive your entry at this point, you've proven it.
Yep.
What do you have to lose? The only thing you have to lose is the ship slamming into the tower, and even then, you might have a late enough abort to slam it into something else, which might be Highway 4. But who cares at this point? I mean, if the tower's fine, whatever, it happens.
Yeah, as long as the tower's okay, I don't think so. But actually, dude, something that I noticed, if you look here. Right, and here, I'm going to scrub through the footage. There's going to be a little bit of a delay, but if you notice, this thing kind of comes in slewing from the right-hand side of the screen to the left. I'm wondering if...
On purpose.
Yeah, so the catch arms are over here.
It's coming off right, and then basically it flips, burns, comes in, and then as Alex had put it at one point, it'll back into the tower. It'll go beep, 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 back into the tower and sit onto the arms.
So the tower would be right here, and the tower would be facing us, guys. So the chopsticks would be like right here.
And then as it comes in, the chopsticks close, and it'll just then lower itself under the sticks and be done.
That's where it would stick catch, right there.
Basically, right around there.
See where it straightens out, dudes? That's where the tower is over here in the shot, and it kind of slews around the tower. Right, it does that flip kind of around the tower, and then basically gets near the tower at the very last second. I mean, honestly, like...
And, just imagine the ship up a little bit, because they specifically did this to try to get the ship to survive a splashdown. So, like, they'll set the altitude data for the flip and burn for slightly higher up,
to take in
line with the tower.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all they'll do. I mean, it won't be exactly this height. It'll be slightly up. Like this ship will be a little bit up, of course, near the top of the tower rather than here. But that's all they do, is they just adjust the altitude data in the software. That's not that hard to do. That's literally a single value you have to adjust for when something happens.
Little reference frame change there. Holy shit!
That's all you gotta do.
Yep, Oliver, you're asking if they sink it, wouldn't it be a danger if other adversarial countries want to go get it?
Good luck.
This is a very deep part of the ocean, but also at the same time, dude, Oliver, check this out. SpaceX, they posted, so all this footage came from today. Look at that post. What do you make of that one? The recovery team has continued gathering imagery of the vehicle, which is still afloat in the Indian Ocean. That was 3 hours ago. Now, I don't think these pictures are from 3 hours ago, but also...
No, they're not.
No, this was on the day it landed, because the trawler buoy is still there. But also, this one was definitely... So, Ryan, I surmised when we were talking about it a little bit earlier, that this picture has to be at least 8 hours post-landing, at the very least, because the sun's going down, right? Sun's going down. This is at sunset. I highly doubt it's obviously not in the morning, because the trawler buoys would be there.
Just for reference, the kind of area they're in the Indian Ocean there, you're talking anywhere between, and especially out around there, because they're kind of 1,100 kilometers from the coast of Australia and about 1,000 kilometers from Indonesia. So they're in a part of the ocean where parts of it are 5,000 kilometers deep.
5,000 meters.
Yeah, 5,000 meters.
It's a metric system. We don't need a couple miles deep.
Yeah, it's still like at least like 5.5 kilometers. That's a lot. Like that's deep. You're not going down there just to get that.
So, like, what I've surmised is that this picture is during sunset. It's definitely during sunset. All the trawler buoys, the buoys that are in the first picture, they're all picked up. There's definitely none in the background at all. So this was at least 8 hours after landing. That like 6 to 8 hours, let's say. That thing still looks fine. It looks fine. It's not sinking. It's not doing any of that stuff. We knew that water was ingressing into the payload bay a little bit, but if the payload bay was sealed everywhere else, it's gonna basically.
It's not gonna if the vents are sealed and the hatches are sealed, and the valves are sealed. Water's not getting into that thing. Like you would have to go through, like you'd have to go through basically all that stainless steel, which is 4 millimeters thick, plus all the stringers in there, just to get inside the tank. Even if you sink it, I would say this, like ship 29 and ship 30, the parts that are still at the bottom of the ocean there, like those are going to be there for a long time. You see how long the steel has stayed for at that Titanic? Granted, that's thicker steel because it's, hull plating, but like that's still going to take a long time for that stainless steel to corrode enough to go. We're talking decades until it's all gone. And then those heat shield tiles, I mean, they'll float, but if any of those heat shield tiles sank with any of the sections of the ship, those aren't going to degrade at all. Like, those aren't degrading, guys. Those aren't going to degrade.
No.
And, like, you're not going down there with a boat. What are you going to learn from grabbing parts of a vehicle that's 5,000 meters down? What are you going to do? Like, really?
Don't know, man. All I know is that I think they should get this one back.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything to know if they're actually doing it or not. Still waiting to hear, but yeah.
Me being ever the optimist, I think they want it. So here, look at this post from Kiko. The SpaceX recovery team is 101. While the mariners and engineers offshore literally ride the wave, a hard-charging group of leaders, operators, meteorologists, engineers, and supply chain work 24/7 to feed them data and support they need to continue the mission. Deadliest Catch meets Apollo 13 content coming soon. Huh.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I want to see it back, of course. Of course I want to see it.
Yeah, me too,
I want to see more pictures of it. Why? Of course. Why not? Why not? But we'll see. Again, I'm not going to say they are or they aren't until they actually say 100% yes, we are bringing it back, or they, or we have confirmation of another vessel going out there, or the vessel that's out there right now is actually towing it back. Right now, everything still indicates that that the vessel is staying a kilometer off of the ship and just going alongside it. It's traveled like almost 250 kilometers since it splashed down.
Here, let's see what space engineers saying about it.
It was a little bit not too long ago.
255 kilometers, 92 hours since touchdown. 1,000 kilometers from Indonesia and 1145 from Australia. Still no clear indication of a recovery plan. I think SpaceX is just they're just trying to figure out what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, I think they had a plan and then they stopped doing the plan and now they might want to do the plan, but now they have to figure out how to plan that plan again.
Yep.
So they're planning. There you go. How's that?
That's exactly what's going on. I mean, so guys, just for some reference, the Boca Vanguard is in Singapore right now. Ryan, I don't know if you're familiar with this vessel. I think that a semi-submersible would be very useful right now, but the Boca Vanguard, I don't know what it's up to, but I'm pretty sure if Elon went over there and like, yo, I'll give you $1 billion, you go fish this out. You know, I'm pretty sure they'd be like,
I'll give you this much money. Go fish this out, and then
bring it back.
Well, if they want to bring her back to Brownsville, they'd have to go a little long way around. Because that thing ain't going through the Panama Canal.
Yeah, I don't think it's Panamax rated. You'd have to go around, what is it, Cape of Good Hope?
No, that's Africa.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Well, it depends, actually, which way they took. Which way's quickest?
Do you think they planned for this? They did plan for it, Geek. We know that. I had one of my buddies tell me this. They had plans to recover them up until Flight 10. The problem is they kept blowing up when they landed. And then
that's actually like dead center. They could either go around what is it? The Cape San Paulo or whatever it is. They could go around near where the Falkland Islands are.
What is this? What is this one called, Chad? We're both blanking on the name.
They could either go around that, or they could run around the Cape of Good Hope and then go up through there, and then go up through the Caribbean and whatnot.
Tierra del Fuego.
Yeah, so there are two different directions they could go. They could take that, and then they could run through the Solomons and go around Cape Horn. That's right, and then up through, and then up around South America and up, or they could take it and run around the Cape of Good Hope across South America and then run straight up. I think they would probably take the Cape of Good Hope area because the seas between South America and Antarctica are not great. That is not a great area to sail anything in.
No, you don't. This is a very, very spicy part of the ocean.
Going around the Cape of Good Hope is way simpler on everything.
There's a reason why they built canals to not go down here. And it wasn't just because of the distance. So over here, the British built Suez and then gave it up. See that?
Well, let's...
and then we built the Panama Canal. The U.S. built the Panama Canal over here. And then we gave it up.
Which, if we're both going to be honest, both canals need a serious upgrade.
They've been upgrading the Panama Canal. They upgraded from the Panamax locks. So over here, guys, just on a quick side note, these are the original locks that the United States built. And these are the upgraded ones. There were ships that were literally called Panamax class ships because they built them wide enough to fit through here. Now, the U.S. built these locks wide enough to fit a battleship through them.
Well, there was also the funny thing of,
battleship.
And here's some naval history, is the Iowa class is built the way it is, and this Essex class is built the way it is, so it could fit through these locks. Same as the Midway, if I remember correctly, could still fit through the Panama Canal. However, when they kept going down the battleship line and they went to the Montana class, they realized that if they wanted to use the gun system and everything they wanted on it, the Montana would be too wide to fit through the Panama Canal, which means they'd have to go around Cape Horn with the Montana class. It'd have been a little bit too wide. And then, of course, once they got to like the Forstall class, that became a super carrier, and they could not go through the Panama Canal anymore with those ships either, because they became a super carrier and they would have to run around the whole thing. So there's a little bit of World War II, post World War II naval history there.
Yeah, you'll fit in nice here. yeah, they like that. We like this stuff.
I always love the Iowas are always nice. It is, and then like King George V classes, Iowa class. You can go back even to World War One, the Queen Elizabeth classes, or the South Dakota plus the North Carolina class. I always think it's always funny in my head when I go, oh, Operation Rheinübung, which was the Bismarck and Prince Eugen. They went up against
Nelson.
the Hood and the Renown, if I remember correctly, on that one.
And then Prince of Wales and Nelson chased them down and killed him in the corner.
I just think, can you imagine if Task Force 36 went up against them? If you know what Task Force 36 is?
That they're...
Task Force 36 under Admiral Willis Ching Lee.
They would not have found them.
Was all of the U.S. Navy's fast battleships combined.
Yeah.
So all the North Carolina and South Dakota classes, and it would have been like 2 or 3 of the Iowas. That was the force that was supposed to hold the San Bernardino Strait, and then Halsey was an idiot and took them all away, and then Taffy 3 had to fight for their life.
I'm in space.
Been gifted 5 subs. Your conclusions were all wrong. Halsey acted stupidly.
Oh, he did. Spruance was a way better admiral than Halsey ever was. Fight me.
That's what makes that movie so damn good. He wrote a book called The Fighting Sailor, out of Admiral Halsey, called The Fighting Sailor, about naval combat tactics.
But what's funny, too, is how much Halsey changed the nature of warfare with the cast carriers. TF-38, 58.
I prefer Taffy 3.
Well, it's TF-38, 58, which was the fast carrier task force under either John McCain Sr. or Mark Mitcher. There you go.
He's good. He's good. He's good.
I'm gonna say this, EJ. I've watched and read a lot. Like, one of the books I'm going through right now is Errol Jimke's Stalingrad to Berlin.
Oh God!
About the Eastern Front.
Oh, you thrown up yet?
No, I know what happens. But it's
pretty gruesome.
It's gruesome.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad. Okay, I will say this, and this is to promote a really cool YouTube channel. If you ever get the time, EJ, and you love World War II, love to research it, I should say. No one loves World War, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There is called World War II. The channel's just called World War II. They did a series called World War II in Real Time, where they did an episode a week for the entirety of the war. They also did the same channel. Also, it's called Time Goes History. They also did World War I in real time. So every week they did a new episode for the what happened 100 years before for the First World War. They did in between 2 wars. They did every single week of the Second World War, and Indy Nidell is currently doing the Korean War. Which is a little known war. It's a lot of stuff I'm learning about it that I didn't know, which is nice, which is kind of interesting. But there's 330 episodes under it, World War II week by week.
Oh God! Don't tell me this.
Or even more than that, because they did a 10-part special on Pearl Harbor, and then when D-Day happened, when they got to D-Day in the week by week, they did a 24-hour D-Day special where they went through everything that happened on June 6, 1944.
Oh.
It's an awesome channel. He goes there. He starts off with like 10 to 15-minute episodes, and like the longest episode is May 4th, 1945. That's 43 minutes long. When the Allies won in Berlin, won in Italy, won in Burma, and we were like 4 days away from the surrender of the Germans.
Just link
it's
it.
amazing.
Just link the channel. Link the chat. But make sure you post it. Make sure post it to Twitch. I'll post it in both chats. God damn it! I already don't have enough time, man.
There you go. World War II. It's an awesome channel. It really is awesome. I love those guys.
I'm screwed.
You're screwed because now you want to watch it?
No, I mean, I'm never gonna sleep. Anyway,
Back to Starship.
and now on to something completely different. It's just that's not okay. That's not. I'm never gonna. What is it? What's the time, dude? I'm gonna be watching this for like the next 3 years.
Literally. Well, it took them. Well, what's ridiculous about it is if you combine World War One and World War II, that took them 10 years to make all of that because they did it in real time, week
Yeah.
by week.
That's crazy. Anyway, one of the coolest boats of the Pacific War, pretty much ever.
Fletcher class,
Yeah.
the
See
most produced destroyer ever.
See the hull number?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. If guys, if you like Halo, if In Amber Clad existed in real life, it would be this ship right here. That's the USS Johnston.
The destroyer that fought like a battleship.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I forget what the name of standby here, actually.
Samuel B. Roberts, USS Johnston.
No, I know that one.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking of something else. Standby.
All right, you know this is my I'm gonna say read about the USS Johnston, read about Taffy 3. You know, you want to know why Halsey acted stupidly.
If you want that,
Oh.
here is whoever knows the operations room. There's a link to a 2-hour complete animated documentary of the Battle of Leyte Gulf.
So, if you want to know why I like the USS Johnston so much, and its captain, Ernest Evans. Okay, you needn't look no further than right here. When the ship was commissioned, he said, "This is going to be a fighting ship. I intend to go into harm's way, and anyone who doesn't want to go along better get off right now."
So, basically, the
We like him.
IJ
That guy's cool.
at the end of the battle, when the fighting had basically stopped and the Johnston was sinking, the IJN Yukikaze went alongside the Johnston, and all of her crew stood at attention on her deck, saluting the Johnston as she went down. And then, of course, Ernest E. Evans went down with his ship and became, I think it was the first ever Native American to be posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, and I think he also got the Navy Cross, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But I know he got the Medal of Honor.
Who knew? Space and ship history.
Yeah.
There you go. It's the winning combination. Anyway, the reason why we got on a ship kick, guys, is because we were talking about different types of ships that would be able to be used to fish that freaking thing out of the ocean.
Just grab the Iowa class and have it tow it, right?
Oh, God, stop. My, Max Q.
Max Q.
Stop it. I mean, I was thinking the Dockwise, the Boca Vanguard could get it. It's in Singapore right now, and it is going to do something, but I think a semi-submersible would be the best way to do this. If you tow it...
just sink under it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And yes, it can sink out anywhere, guys. You could put this... As long as it's calm waters, you can get this thing down. You could lift something up. So... I would do that over towing it. Towing it, you're running the risk of ripping the thing in half, if you really want my honest opinion. I mean, the catch pins, sure. The catch pins can hold the ship up, but the catch pins aren't designed to be, it's not designed to be pulled like that and have hydraulic pressure pushing on it on top of gravity pushing on it that way. I'd be a little, I'm not going to say I'd be a little worried, but I would say you would get the ship more intact if you sank the Vanguard underneath it, lifted the damn thing up out of the water, and then put, just made semicircular jacks on the deck of the Vanguard to just kind of hold the thing in place, right? And then, pick it up kind of like what we've seen here, the breakover device Starship. A little while back when we learned that one of the ASDSs was going to be used for transporting Starship. Let's see. There was I don't know who did the render. Who the heck did the render? I'm trying to figure it out.
For what?
Somebody did a render of Starship and Super Heavy. Who did this? Lewis did it. Lewis Nags did it. Give me 1 second. You have a new rocket to review. Thoughts? No, I'm busy. So Lewis did this picture of stuff being transferred around on the barge. You see how Starship is upside down and there's these kind of jacks that kind of hold, it's holding Super Heavy in place, but do that. I don't know if there's plans on doing this like this, but also at the same time, that's how I would do it. Just make a 9-meter semicircular bracket, and so how it would work is you'd weld it to the deck. You'd weld it to the deck of the Vanguard, and it would go underneath it, and they'd center Starship, right, on the center of gravity of the ship, and whoop, lift the damn thing right up. But that would take some time to design it and get it right, which is probably why the recovery crew is kind of in a holding pattern right now. Also, shout out to Lewis Nags. He does good renders. Lewis, if you're out there, salute you, man. You do good renders. I like them. I watch them. I see them. I need them. Show them to me. Anyway, so we did get an update from SpaceX, guys. Starship's still floating out there, and it's fine, ish. It's about as good as floating around in the ocean for a couple of days can get a spaceship, right? Just got here. Blue Marlin USS Cole. Thoughts? Well, the Black Marlin, the Blue Marlin sister ship is in Melbourne right now. It's not far away. However, the Boca Vanguard is in Singapore. It's closer. And the Boca Vanguard could move it.
Singapore isn't that far away. Yeah.
No, it's over here. So Starship and Go Australia are like right here. They're right where my mouse cursor is, right?
Give or take.
Up here, about halfway between Christmas Island and Exmouth, right? The Boca.
They're halfway in between Indonesia and Australia. There's about 1,000 kilometers. They're about 1,000 kilometers from Indonesia, about 1,100 kilometers from Australia. Is where Space Engineer.
So the Black Marlin is over here. It's in Melbourne, right? The Boca Vanguard, that ship that I just showed you, that weird one with 4 towers, is in Singapore. It's right there. It's about 1,300 kilometers away, which is, 900 miles, 800 miles, something like that. It's not far. Now, the thing is that my chat checked the manifests for these ships because my chat is my chat. Deadbringer, I love you. The ships are all booked. They're all booked for a little while. They're all booked out. They're all out doing jobs right now. So just because it's moored in Singapore doesn't mean it's just sitting there going,
This is about where they are.
But I have a theory that, it's like we were saying, Ryan, like money talks, dude. Money talks. SpaceX got some deep pockets right now. With enough money. And I'll bet you SpaceX is doing this. I'll bet you they're calling around to all the ships that they could get that could recover this thing and being like, yo.
Yeah. They're out there.
Who's your next job?
We'll see what happens.
Who's your next job? Oh, well, my next job is for the ship company moving 3 ships. No, screw that. Whatever they're paying you, I'll pay you double. Okay, that sounds good. And cash. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Oh, look, my schedule just cleared up. It's like that scene in Jumanji, right? I need a bushel of these. They stopped making these in 1903. Damn. I shall require a new weapon. Well, you're going to have to fill out the paper. Or I can fill this out. There you go. Damn. You guys ever? That's actually a really good movie. I went back and watched it probably.
The original Jumanji?
1995 Jumanji, yeah. The one
Yeah.
with Robin Williams in it. I watched it about a week ago, and I'm like, damn, dude, this movie's great. It's a great flick. Come back here, Sonny Jim, and face me like a man! And also that 1901 Winchester that Van Pelt has. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's the same rifle or shotgun as Terminator 2. You know, the one where he's flipping it around like on the motorcycle? Yeah, one of those. I mean, the one Terminator 2 is a 1903, I think, but doesn't matter. That's the only Jumanji, right? Reference acknowledged. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Grab the USS Missouri and tow her, or grab an aircraft carrier. Well, I had my chat also go through and cross-reference like U.S. Navy ships that could tow this thing.
Just about every single one of them could tow it.
Yeah,
if
pretty
needed.
much.
They're all powerful enough. An RLA Burke, it wouldn't be much for an RLA Burke to tow that. That's only 100. It's what 160 some odd tons in there, and RLA Burke could do it. That's it's not really designed to do it, but yeah, it could.
I mean, some folks even said like, oh, they could get it in the well deck. I don't think it'll fit in the well deck, dudes.
It's not going to fit in the well deck of an amphibious assault ship.
That would be
That's
really
not-
cool, but I don't think it's going to fit in there.
It won't fit.
And I don't think any captain would be willing to take a pressurized thermobaric weapon and put it in the well deck for a little while. I'm just putting it out there. Like,
I mean, of course, a Nimitz class could do it if you could tie it up correctly. That nuclear reactor is not going to. It's going to go. Ha! What?
am I towing something? What did we hit?
What?
Sorry, I thought you were a deer. We hit something? Nah, I didn't hear anything. Where's the nearest naval vessel? We need a tower.
I don't think you're going to be able to find exactly where the nearest naval vessel is because they usually don't like to broadcast their locations.
They're around, Trey. All I'm going to tell you is that in this theater of operations, that's in this part of the world, that's the U.S. 7th Fleet.
Indo-Pac Mayoar, I think it is.
Yeah, and part of the U.S. 5th Fleet. You know, depending on where you're at.
I don't know if the Reagan is attached to this one. They might have swapped out. I know the Reagan was attached to the 7th Fleet for a long time, but I think it might be in maintenance now.
Not that this is any updated information, but Trey, this is just a little bit of thing. So the U.S. Navy has a headquartered fleet in Yokosuka, Japan, and we have since the end of World War II. It's in Tokyo Bay. This is where the IJN fleet, like the Yamato, was made here and stuff. And we have there's a forward deployed carrier there at all times. Yokosuka right here. It's actually not there in the picture, but this is a forward deployed headquarters of the U.S. 7th Fleet. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, we have some ships there. No. There is a whole navy and a forward deployed supercarrier chilling out here.
The George Washington, I think, is the one that's currently deployed with the 7th.
Mm-hmm. So, we operate this naval base with the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, which is just the Japanese Navy with a name that makes it sound a lot less scary than it actually is.
The Eisenhower is in Norfolk. The Carl Vincent's in San Diego. The Nimitz is in Norfolk. The Theodore Roosevelt's deployed to the Eastern Pacific. The Lincoln is deployed to the Arabian Sea. The George Washington is deployed to the Philippine Sea. The Stennis is undergoing RCOH, so it's under overhaul right now.
Yep.
The Truman is in port, preparing for overhaul.
Oh.
So if they needed that carrier, they could probably bring it in line. The Reagan's in Birmingham undergoing scheduled maintenance. The Bush is in the Arabian Sea because we're fighting Iran. The Ford is in port at Norfolk because it needs maintenance because it underwent a bunch of fire damage. And then the new Kennedy CVN 79 is currently being fitted out, and then of course CVN 80 is not built yet, but the new USS Enterprise is under construction. So,
Dude, I went through Google Earth timeline and looked at Yokosuka from 2004. The Saratoga is there with an F-14 on the flight deck. And now I'm Sag.
No, Sag.
M Sudge. Dang it. They scrapped that ship. That ship was scrapped in Brownsville, dudes. Right by Starship's pad, actually.
Pretty much every carrier has been scrapped in Brownsville, especially the super carriers. I'm not a security risk. That's a public. A lot of the deployments of where they are carriers are pretty public. Actually, just kind of their exact locations aren't, but where they generally are public. And if I'm going to be entirely honest, other nations have easy ways of tracking their carriers, especially if our other nations like China and Russia have satellites. It's not that hard to keep an eye on a battle group. Like, it legitimately is not.
63 is not the Saratoga. It's the Kitty Hawk.
A nuclear vessel.
Guys, that's why I was telling you, that's why I was telling you there's a carrier forward deployed the 7th Fleet, and then there's the 5th Fleet headquarters are over here in Qatar. I don't think they're there anymore, but they were there. It's not there no more. Somebody got angry at it, and it's just it's being temporarily remodeled. So, long story short, guys, there's naval assets in the region. There is a bunch of stuff. Let's just say there's a bunch of stuff on the prow out there, and we'll leave it at that. Verify distance to target. 1 ping only.
1 ping only, Vasily.
I would like to have seen Montana.
Red October standing by.
So there's stuff out there, Trey. Like we're not. Yeah, the Kitty Hawk is 63. Patrick, you're right. Saratoga was the next ship in the line, I believe.
I think it was Kitty Hawk, Saratoga, John F. Kennedy.
Kennedy
was technically in a class of its own, subclass, really.
Yeah. By hull number, though, the Enterprise was the next one, CVN 65.
Yeah. Because the other ones were CV.
That's right.
And then they became CVN. And then, because it was CVN 65, and then CV 66, and then CVN 67, and every single number since then is CVN.
68, 67 was still the Kennedy, oil-fired. And that ship is being scrapped in Brownsville as well. That really makes me happy. Fun fact, Ryan, I don't know if you've ever heard this story. I tried to convince Das to see if we could buy the conning tower on the Kennedy and use it as a watch item and put it at River.
I would have taken the conning tower.
Das looked at me and said, "Are you stupid?" And I'm like, yeah. and then the conversation changed. But hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, chat.
I would not have been opposed to that.
Just saying.
It is far more gone than it is there because part of the flight deck's still there, but it's mostly, and even most of the hangar deck's gone at this point, I think. Yeah, it's sad. It sucks.
That ship should have been a museum, but people up here don't like doing cool things.
CVN 65 should be a museum, but the problem is the Navy is kind of on making nuclear ships museums. Because, nuclear.
Also, it has 8 A2W reactors in it. It's got a little extra cheech behind it compared to the other ones.
Well, they're removed now. It's fully decommissioned. I think they've taken the reactors out. It's just sitting. The funny thing is, it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. I think they've I don't know if they decided what to do with it yet. I think the search still trying to figure it out, but I think that's the Kennedy right next door, depending on how old this picture is. That should be CVN 79 next door.
Yeah, that's definitely a Ford. Conning Tower's back. So
yeah, you can see. Yeah, that's blatantly a Ford, but I don't know. I think that's a 79.
Yeah, maybe.
That might be the Kennedy. It depends on how old that picture is. How old is that picture?
It's old enough. I don't know. You know what would be a really good place for the Enterprise for CVN 65? You know what would be a really good place for it? Like out on the seas, doing stuff and launching airplanes. That'd be a really good.
Well,
spot
the problem
for it.
is it got really old. It got old. That's the problem with it. It got old and way outdated. The systems on board, it just wasn't worth upgrading anymore. That's the problem. It sucks, but that's the. I mean, heck, they're about to decommission the Nimitz.
Please tell me more about old ships. Please.
Old Ironsides.
Please tell me more. No, I don't upgrade the old. No, shut up. Fix it.
Stick a and this would still be a pretty good upgrade. Stick a couple of 4mm Bofors on the thing and send it back to the Revolutionary War and see what happens.
This thing with a Bofors emplacement amidship, that would not end well for anyone on anywhere, and that would.
I mean, you don't even need a 5-inch gun. Just a Bofors.
Put a VLS on the Constitution.
Or bring that shit back. Bring a Fletcher class.
Ryan, I was trying to tell Chad the other day that if I had Jeff Bezos money, I mean, all these billionaires, they build these yachts, and that's cool, right? You've been a big yacht. I would build that, and I don't know. The 5-inch gun batteries would shoot out like, water balloons or something. I don't know. I would build that. That's
right. I would build some.
Everybody has a super yacht. Navy, Nobody has a Fletcher.
Navy, you got a 5-inch. You got a 5-inch 38 dual purpose ready, just laying around. I'll take it.
Yeah. No. See, I would build this. I'd build this. And then instead of some Bofors mounts in the center, you could have like a hot tub or something.
Like, see, I would build that, but I would still make it more modern with modern amenities and all that stuff, of course, and things like that. But Fluffy, I know it didn't exist during the Revolutionary War, but it'd still be funny during the Revolutionary War. Imagine USS Constitution offshore at Yorktown with a Bofors on it. Come on. Or a couple of Bofors. Maybe some 20mm Olerkins.
Look at Bremerton. I know Bremerton. See, that's what I mean. Fletchers are amazing. Like
Of all things, you choose a hot tub.
Yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer, obviously.
Your ship is older? Oh, well, I mean, if you go to some of the old ships, like the HMS Victory?
Yeah, they got the Victory, but it's in dry dock. They don't sail it. Because they're a bunch of...
That is true.
They're a bunch of wankers.
I've seen the...
non-commissioned.
When I went to the Royal Navy Museum back in June of 2024, so I saw some of the cool stuff there. I even saw the HMS Prince of Wales. It was in dry dock. Well, not in dry dock. It was docked alongside. It's a lot of submarines.
Look at them all in a row, chat. It's pretty.
It's pretty.
They're all pretty. They're all in a row.
This has become the naval stream.
Yeah. What guys? The reason why I'm letting the Navy ship go. Hey, look, pieces of junk. All right. The reason why I'm letting it roll is because there's not much else other than that. That's the big news. Like, the thing's still floating out there, and I mean, I don't know how you can look at this picture and not have it devolve into naval architecture. I'm just saying.
They're plus M14s. I mean, M14 is kind of a cool gun, but it is a little bit outdated.
Don't you dare.
But it's still good. It's still a powerful gun. It's outdated, but it's a powerful gun.
I love I need
but
one.
it's
I'm gonna buy one.
762.
I'm gonna buy one.
But I would say bring back the 30-06 and the M1 Garand. Thank you very much. 30-06 for the win, yo.
Yeah, but whatever. Enjoy your like 8 rounds. I'll enjoy my 14 rounds with a removable magazine.
The ping makes everything better.
Yeah, but the M14 is a Garand on steroids.
It's the OG is still better. I'm sorry, it's the OG though. And and then if we're gonna go with OGs, like the OG US machine gun, the Thompson.
I fired one of those.
45 ACP.
Those
Let's
are
go
nice.
for the win.
The Browning's over 100 years old. We still use them. Yep, the Deuce.
Yeah, the M2 Browning.
The Deuce,
hey,
baby.
When you make a 50 cal and it works, you just keep using it.
Look out for Japanese whalers, Yogvin. Oh, jeez.
That's why I said, Captain, there'd be whales here.
One of the unicorns is an M1 Garand 20 round box magazine. They do exist. What in the Forgotten Weapons gun Jesus is that about, Hellfish?
What in the what?
Don't worry about it. It's just another YouTube channel where you will watch a lot of it and you will waste a lot of time, but you will learn a lot of things.
Dude, 1911 is the GOAT.
I love 1911s. I only use them as my sidearm in Battlefield. And I use the M39. Sorry, I'm a traditional person. I believe in stopping power, okay? Oh, the ammunition's too heavy. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, I'm a big dude. I can carry it. I'm fine. Yeah. Somebody...
Oh, warship rebuilt as a yacht. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but
you rebuilt it to look like a yacht.
Yes. Okay, thank you. It's not just me.
No.
Oh!
Keep it as a warship. It looks cooler that way. That looks fucking stupid.
Thank you. That is the exact conclusion that I came through. Also, the original ship was powered by Olympus engines, the same engines as the Concorde, and they took them out and replaced it with some stupid diesel engine. You have jet engines in your yacht! No, I can't have that. That's where we draw the line. No.
That's not cool. Fuck you.
Thank you. I mean, watch your language, but thank you. Yes. Thank you. Oh, God. I knew I liked you. That is an M1 with a box magazine. I like that. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. DC used to have this
because they did mod it during the Korean War. I think it is when they modded that sucker.
Yep.
Or like near the end of the Korean War.
M1As. M1As are nice. Those are cool. Is there any reason?
The carbines?
Yeah, those are all right. Anyway, we'll get back to space here real quick. Trey, what's up? Is there any reason why they would sit on ship 40 for 4 days other than wanting to tow it back? They got to get, at the worst case, dude, they got to get the tow rigging out there. They got to make the damn thing. They got to make the tow rigging. Knowing SpaceX, they probably got rid of all the tow rigging and scrapped it. You're going to need a spreader bar to carry this thing. You don't want to just hook a line to the left and right catch pin. Oh, wait, no, the port and starboard catch pins, right? You don't want to hook a line to that and then just pull it because you risk the ropes running up against the flaps, running up against the thermal protection system, right? You'd want a spreader bar, right? And you'd pull 2 strings attached to a spreader bar, and then the spreader bar would be attached to the ship. That's how you'd want to do this. That's what I would do. I don't want ropes and stuff. You don't want steel cable rubbing up against your tiles because then it ruins it, right? Because, yeah, guys, if they're going to get this back, right? It's not just about getting it back. It's about getting it back intact. You want it as close to flight state as possible. That's what makes this tough. Like, they're going to have to, dude, even getting the rigging, like going and getting the cables. Like, fellas, this is not something that you just go and grab. Steel cable is expensive. Now, don't get me wrong. SpaceX can afford it, but sourcing it in a couple of days is something it's going to take a second. It's going to take a second. It's going to take some time. They might even helicopter the damn thing out there. Let's throw those engine bells and wrangle her home. That's right. Am I crazy, or is there a hull breach on the steel side of ship 40 right below the stringer?
There isn't.
Oh, these are just vent lines, dude. That's just a vent line. Don't worry about that. In this picture, this was right after it landed. The trawler buoy's the giveaway. This was like maybe a couple minutes after they shut the cast off. Like maybe an hour after they shut the cast off. See all the ice still in the methane tank? The crazy thing is that all the ice is on the bottom. Or on the, it would be the top, but the ship's upside down. All the ice is down here. We're used to watching the frost lines go this way, go up the side of the ship. Now they're on the bottom of the ship. Strap on a few 600 horsepower outboard motors on the transom and go. Hot staging rig transom. I mean, dude, yeah, but it's going to take a second to source some outboard motors. Like, once again, fellas, this thing isn't impossible. It's not impossible to get it back. We can absolutely do it. It's just normally
it takes some time.
It takes some time to get this right. Yeah. Maybe hooked to the docking cones that are sitting underwater. Look, somebody actually asked me about that. That's a good idea. If you got a semi-submersible, you go underneath this thing, you have it pick up on the probe and drogue and lift it up that way. That's a good idea. That's a smart decision. I just don't know how structural those docking ports are for like holding the ship up under gravity. We know that the catch pins are strong enough, but I'm not sure about the docking ports.
Yeah, I don't think the docking ports are strong enough. If you're gonna do the catch lifting pins are right there and are structurally, into the ship. Just use those to pull it. Seriously.
Yep.
Just use the pins. They're already there.
Baron is saying American Airlines ground stop nationwide. All systems are bricked, and now I'm stuck in the airport. Lovely. That sucks.
What?
That sucks. I dropped the cough drop. Oh, my head. 5-second rule, dude. Still good. You need long enough lines. You don't tow on ocean up close. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. You're gonna need some long cables, and that's not something you're just gonna be able to go down to the long cable store and just go and get. What are the odds that someone is making floating bags for SpaceX right now? Yeah. Like I said, guys, whatever SpaceX is doing, like everybody's wondering why the ship is just sitting there, why the recovery ship is just sitting with it. Why is it just sitting with? Well, they're formulating up a solution. Let them cook. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let them cook. Well, if it has to be sunk, just give China a certain carbon fiber submarine design and tell them to go get what they want. Can we have Boeing make it too? I agree. Wrong direction for the forces anyway. What do we know about Starship breakover and horizontal transport hardware plans? Actually,
a lot.
Chrome Kiwi had a...
I know a lot about it, actually.
Oh, yeah.
For both, in fact. There's a lot of hardware on the ground in Sanchez right now, in fact.
Well, we're waiting. No, let us know. This is not searching Chrome Kiwi. This is... We need... Oh, there's the abomination. Yeah.
You're on it.
Where's...
You just have to find it.
Yes, the...
That's the possible structural test article, Nosecone, that's in Megabay 2.
Yeah. Balls. Why is the
Yeah,
oxidizer tank all weird in Chrome's render here?
It's not.
Is that what it looks like? It's cut at the top like that?
Well, no, it includes the tip of the nose cone.
Oh, okay, cool. I was wondering.
I just think in that case he's just not showing it. But basically they're gonna do a lot of fun testing with that thing. It's gonna go to the Super Crusher and have some fun.
Squish. Ah, here it is. Here it is. I got it. Chrome posted this back on the 23rd. So based off or Aqualex, based off of what we saw at Sanchez, yeah, there's your there's.
Yeah, there's a separate one for booster
Oh yeah.
too. Yeah, they should have one for booster as well. It's probably farther down. Definitely made one for booster.
Chrome's awesome. Chrome religiously watches the Sanchez site and models up. Hey, cool. And does all the modeling there. Where is it?
Somewhere around there. It's probably a lot. It's much older, so it might be ways down.
Ah, here we go. Got it. Wait a minute. They're not. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what we're expecting. I don't know. At least that would be in Gigabay. They might be able to put engines on it. There's a chance they might have to take a few engines off to do it. And also, we don't really know if they're actually going to do grid fins or not. But based off some of the hardware, it says that they're not doing grid fins. And they'll have to install those at KSE.
I forgot the USS Rushmore is in Sasebo and it has a 430-foot well deck. The USS Rushmore, okay. Yeah, guys, also, give Chrome Kiwi a follow over on X. Chrome's awesome. Yeah, does amazing work. He's been in here from time to time. Bless you. Thank you very much. Yeah, go give him a follow. He's awesome. Chrome does great renders of all the weird gizmos and gadgets that SpaceX makes. So the Rushmore has this thing. It's a Whidbey Island class dock landing ship. Okay. 430-foot well deck, huh? That's close. Let's see. Or wait, are you sure this has a well deck on it? How old is this ship? Oh, 85, okay.
She's a little bit old, getting up there.
Now, see, here's the thing. If the well deck is long enough, that's fine and dandy, but is it tall enough? It needs to be the well
9
deck.
plus meters.
What's that?
That's tall. It needs to be 9+ meters. That's pretty big.
30. You need to have 30-foot, 40-foot ceilings because you need to back it. You need to back the thing in, right? Underneath it. You need a 40-foot clearance in the back there. It has a well deck, Nader. Cool. Is it tall enough though? I mean, here, let's get some reference. Let's look at an LCAC here. How tall is one of these things? It's possible. Maybe. I mean, LCAC fully inflated. It can hold 4 LCACs.
Maybe.
It's possible. Also, LCACs are cool. Just they're hovercraft that the Marines use.
Yeah, they're basically they're the 21st century version of LCTs.
Higgins boat, yep.
And landing ship tanks. And LSTs. The LSTs are more or less the amphibious assault ships, but the LCACs are pretty much LSTs and LCTs combined because the Higgins boat can do everything all in one go. And then, of course, we have amphibious, tanks and armored vehicles like the LVT 3 and 4. Mm-hmm. For the amphibious tractors. which had a pair of 50s on them, the LVT4s. One of the better examples of those going off is the scene from the Pacific when they invaded Peleliu. Or Peleliu. There's been a lot of different pronounces, but it's
Pineapple
Peleliu.
you.
Yeah. The battle that never needed to happen.
You ever read With the Old Breed?
I have it.
Keep that book on my nightstand, dude, for a very good reason. Look at things in one piece. Dude, that's nuts. Come on, man. Ridiculous. How did that not blow up?
PFM? I don't know.
Crazy. So, Aqualux, what did you think? By not breaking. All right. How much clearance are we talking about? You know, it might be enough. What's the draft on one of these ships? The draft is 6.1 meters. It'd be close. It'd be close. It'd be to the point where I'm not sure I would, like I said, if I was a captain, I don't think I'd want one of those in the well deck of my ship. But you know. There's a new Elon tweet. Okay. Oh! Uh-oh!
Oh, there's... Okay, then.
Yes!
Okay, then. Well, I guess that confirms that. There you go.
Is he watching or something? Like, just saying. Dude, that is so cool! Yes! It's got to be my money's on the Boca Vanguard. That's where I'm gonna put my money. I think a semi-submersible is the way to get this thing back, not just back to Australia. The semi-submersible would be enough to lift the thing up and bring it all the way back. I feel like, dude, that it might fit. It might fit in that damn well deck. Dude, it's close.
So now becomes the point at which we watch for when a ship goes out to recover it and what that ship is.
Yeah, the maximum overhead clearance is 30 feet on the well deck. No way. There's no freaking way that it's long enough. It's not tall enough, guys. That thing bobbing around in the ocean, Starship would be hitting the ship as they tried to move it into the well deck. Not a chance. I would rule that one out. I'd say Boca Vanguard is still your best bet.
I mean, like, you probably going to damage parts of the heat shield, you know, EJ, and at this point, whatever, who cares? There's a lot of other parts to analyze.
Yep.
Just strap it down. Like,
I mean, you're not
I don't know
wrong.
how they're going to do it. We'll have to wait and see how they're going to do it. SpaceX might say how they intend on doing it. There's that possibility. But now we wait for the next week or two and see what happens. See what ship is going out, because based off of marine traffic, we'll be able to track when a ship is headed that direction.
Yep.
So.
Yep. How fast is the Vanguard? 14 knots.
Now the question becomes, EJ,
Mm-hmm.
do they bring it back to Australia just to look at it, or do they bring it all the way back to Brownsville?
Brother, maritime recovery and shipping operations ain't cheap. With that being said, the cheap part is getting the damn boat and doing it. The inexpensive part is the fuel and the time, right?
Yeah.
Bring it all
Question
the way back.
Is it worth it to bring it all the way back?
They could strap it on the back of an Ohio SSBN. Yes, but then everybody would know where an Ohio SSBN is. So I personally wouldn't want to do that.
EJ, if you bring it back and you're able to break it back over again, clean it up, scrap ship 20 and put that ship in its place.
Yeah.
Screw ship 20.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, the heck with, dude, not even screw ship 20, dude. I would build a high bay, not a mega bay. The high bays like SpaceX built back in the day in downtown Brownsville and have this thing sitting inside of an air-conditioned like Starship museum, like by the riverside or something that people can visit. Like just right off of Highway 4. Like that's what I'd do. Right at the City of Starbase, put this freaking thing there. Not just outside, right? Put it inside of a hangar. Build a small building, put this sucker inside of it, and be like, boom, first starship ever recovered.
I wrote an article earlier today talking about that they might bring it back, and now that he says he's going to do it, I got to go update this article.
So X-Wing, you're asking, could they land in Australia with ITAR laws? Yes, they can. Believe it or not, Joe Biden folded Australia into ITAR laws. He went lax on ITAR laws to Australia. So it's to give the Aussies better weapons against the Chinese. Let's be real, but that falls under this falls under that category. So there you go. Why is ship 20 even there? I don't know. Trey, read your last.
There's one reason, only one reason why it's there. Is so they have a ship with a quote unquote completed heat shield in hard quotations, so that when they have investors over or anything, they can say, "Hey, look, there's a ship with a heat shield." That's the only reason why it's there. But it's block V 0.75.
It's
because it's a suborbital ship with RVAC engines. It's a pile of junk.
It's caca poo poo. How you get so Trey? You said this ship is in Perth right now. This is a heavy lift ship, the AAL Dampier. How are you gonna get this? I mean, those cranes could probably do it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Oh my God, they're doing it, dude. Bro, that's awesome. That's so cool. I wish we were less concerned with museum exponents and more concerned with getting to space. If you want to examine a starship, catch it. Sure. Yeah, they'll probably be doing that in a month, but it's not it. If you think this is just about museum exponents, Rocco, I don't think respectfully, I'm going to say you're not too familiar with the issue. There are other things at play here. So first and foremost, the museum part, that's cool. That would be awesome. All right. We're not just, second of all, there's a pride aspect to it saying you went and fished this out. That is, that's a cool thing to say. And hold on.
What kind of a flex is it going to be if SpaceX tows this back to Brownsville and then breaks it over, and then if they do roll that like back to Sanchez, that's an NSF stream right there for that rollback of Ship 40 coming home.
That'd be so cool.
Heck, it's a stream coming into port if they do something like that. That's a stream right there. Heck yeah. The funny thing is by the time it gets back there, they may launch Flight 14. It could take them a couple of weeks to figure this all out and get it back. It's not. That is like literally on the other side of the planet. That is going to take a significant chunk of time in order to coordinate everything and get it back if it's coming back to Brownsville. That is.
So, yeah, it's going to take a lot of time. So, like, once again, there's the museum part, like what you were saying, right? There's the flex, the pride part. You got, like Ryan was just saying, right? There's the data that you can get from this, the data that you can get from a ship. Even now, dude, ship 41 is teed up. It's pretty much teed up and ready to go. They're going to put those engines on it. They're going to get it out static fire, and then she's going to be
It got
good.
its 3 RVACs that we know. We don't know if it's got the sea levels, but we know it's got the 3 RVACs.
There you go, right? That thing's flying soon. Not like 5 months from now. It's flying soon. We'll say a month, all right? So there's all that going on.
Dino, they're not going to delay 14 to get this thing back.
Oh, hell
go
no.
with 14 about it. No. Them bringing this back is, I mean, looking at Chip 40, it will help in some ways. But also, here's the other thing, too. And I know people will be asking this question, and I'll definitely say this like on the Raptor set on Thursday is, well, why try this if you're gonna catch Ship 41? It is no guarantee that, number one, they're actually going to do that. And it's no guarantee that even if they try, that it's going to happen. This is a guarantee. They've got a ship that is intact. Yes, it's been battered by the seas, but if you can get this thing back and look at the heat shield, look at the inside of the tanks, if you don't get ship 41 back, you still have 40 to look at.
Yep.
That's why you do it.
That's the data. Why. That's the data part that I'm talking about. Right?
It's no guarantee you're going to get 41 back.
That's a good point,
guarantee
dude.
in the world.
And the fourth part is you don't want anybody else going and getting this thing. It's
either you sink it or you get it, and why not grab it? If you've got the money and the time, just do it.
And I out of all people, I know he recently took a $300 billion hit the other day, but of all people, I'm pretty sure that guy has the cash to do it. We do this, that, and the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Dude, can you imagine the morale victory seeing this thing roll back into Brownsville? That would be, like Ryan said, that'd be worth it. That would be, dude, I'd go, like, dare I say it, I'd go down there for that. That would be insane. It means Ship 40 and Ship 41 are spec'd the same way, meaning the data gathering will be the same. It also means you get a larger sample size. Yeah, exactly. Even if they catch 41, they can compare them against each other. That's another good point, dude.
There's a lot of reasons to bring it back. There's a lot of reasons. Again, as SpaceX has said time and time again, these flights are about data gathering, data, however the hell you want to say it. It's about getting that information. And this is a great way to do it. If you can do it, why not? It's there. So let's go.
Why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? Dude, that's what I mean. It is there. Why climb the highest mountain? Well, he said because it is there. Well, the Starship is there. You know, Ryan, I will say, I do not want the Star naming convention to keep being a thing. With that being said, if they temporarily renamed the ship that recovers Ship 40 to Starship, boat ship, Starboat, I'd be fine with that.
I'm with Kiko. I think it was Kiko. Boat ship. No, I think it was Shanna Diaz.
What did Shanna say?
It was either Shanna or Kiko called it boat ship. I forget who called it
boat ship.
Yes, it might have been Kiko. Look up Kiko.
Okay.
It might have been Kiko that called it boat ship. And then I think Shanna said, yes, let's call it boat ship. I think that's how it went. There it is. Yeah. Haha, boat ship. Oh, okay. Went off of that person. Then I think Shanna Diaz said, yeah, let's call it boat ship. So boat ship. Which I'm fine with. No more stupid star names.
Starboat McStarry Face. Yep. That would also be good.
There you go.
So once again, guys, in case we weren't, if you're just coming in, you're just seeing this, check this out. We got a tweet from Elon just actually hot off the press. This was 15 minutes ago at the time of this VOD, saying they're going to recover Ship 40, man. They're going to recover it. Oh, that's so good. I'm pumped. I am pumped. This is awesome. That's really cool, man. Ship 40 is still floating out there. SpaceX tweeted that this afternoon. Brother. Holy ship. Right? Exactly. Call the DJ. Oh, did I call it? Is it time for another smug face? Is it time for another smug face? Three smug face.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good end to space news, right? I don't know if there's anything more.
Hold on, mate. It's a smug face. You shipped your pants to where? I swear, if your pants show up in my P.O. box, I'm going to be a little upset. Oh. Ryan, you talking about an NSF stream of, seeing a road closure on Highway 4 of, from Port of Brownsville to production site for Ship 40. Dude, I would ship my pants. You're right. You're right, chat. Man, that would be cool.
That would be something else entirely.
What are the odds this thing returns home within a day or two of the next launch? I could see SpaceX doing that just for PR.
Well, it depends. So if they use a ship that's in theater, like the ships that EJ is talking about, then they could probably get it back to Brownsville by the end of August. If they were to ship all the horizontal transport hardware as well as Marmac 31 and other things, if they were to try to ship all that, then you're not seeing it till the end of September, because that Marmac barge would probably take a month to get to that location. Depending on where it had to go.
I would put it in situ.
That is far. You're talking multiple week journey. So I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see.
Hold on. We're going to I'm adding this to Space News. I'm co-opting it. Jack just sent me this.
What did Jack just send you?
A 250 Ranger XLT. That's a camper special. Extended cab camper special. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Yep. Jack just sent me this. That's a nice truck, dude. Gimme! No, it's frick you. It's closer to me. Yeah, extended cabs from the 70s is pretty rare. This is, I think it's a 77, 76. I think. I don't know dent sides too well, but it is a camper special. So you see it says Ranger XLT? That's camper special. So this thing has all the provisions to put a camper on the back, right? And see how it has all the cab lights, towing mirrors, stuff like that? Dude, that thing is cool, man. That's pretty neat. Yeah, the Ranger XLT camper special probably have a 460 in it. See how it's leaning forward? It's probably because it's got a freaking really big motor in it.
So
that's what these things were designed to do. They were designed to tow campers around. That's why it says Ranger XLT on the back. But anyway, yeah, that's a sweet find from Jack. I had to show you guys. I'm sorry.
1 second here.
Give me 1 second. I'm talking to Jack. And then Predominant linked me a picture of me giving my smug face. That's me smug face.
So, a ship just appeared on marine traffic near Exmouth that TSE has never seen in that area before, with a fleet of tugs in tow, a fleet of tugs behind it, apparently. A304 HMAS Stalwart, also Australian Navy.
Where is this? Going out of Exmouth?
Supply ship. Yeah, HMAS Stalwart. Exmouth. You gotta go up. It's right at the. You know where the tip of. You know where Exmouth is?
I did yesterday.
Go.
All I'm looking at is
down.
Port Headland.
Go down. You gotta go down the coastline.
I
See
got
that
it.
little horn? Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's related. No, go up. It's the second one, and you just went by it. It's hard to do because I'm not watching your Twitch stream live.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it.
It just left, and it just left Exmouth and turned on its transponder. Literally, just turned it on with 2 tugboats.
Now,
I don't know. It could mean nothing.
The tugs usually would be to, like, the harbor pilots would be there to get it out of the harbor.
But it's pretty far out of the harbor.
All right. What's A304? What is that thing?
HMAS Stalwart. Supply class replenishment oiler for the Australian Navy. Which I don't know why that would just be going out on its own. Usually that's going to go out with other ships. But I also don't know why the Australian Navy would be dealing with this.
I'm not sure what you'd be doing with this ship. Yeah. So guys, this is an underway replenishment vessel. So see all the tubes right here? Fuel lines. And I mean other things too. So this ship so underway replenishment to ships is what in-flight refueling is to airplanes. Same idea. This thing gets alongside another ship. They both sail in the same direction, and they connect wires to move stuff back and forth, or they have a helicopter, move it off the helicopter deck back and forth between whatever it's resupplying and whatnot. Underway replenishment is no joke. It can very, 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 very much go south very, very fast. With that all being said, I think, yeah, Chad, I think you said it right. I don't know what that's going to do with I don't know what that's going to do.
Unless it's going out there to help with fuel, but I don't know why the Australian Navy is doing that.
I have a feeling it might be refueling stuff that's not on marine traffic.
That's probably it.
Just
but why is this transponder on though? That's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And the Australians.
Either way, we'll have to watch for ships that go out there.
Australians is up.
See what happens.
Here somewhere.
Maybe Elon or SpaceX will give us more details at some point.
What are all these freaking fishing ships or something? She just came back on Vessel Finder. Which one, World Killer? Also, hi. You're my ship guy. I know about all these damn ships because of you. Because of you and Drool Bucket, by the way. That's mostly your fault for what it's worth. Somebody said the Boca Vanguard's in Singapore. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. Pardon, this was yesterday. Strong start to deployment. HMAS supplies completed a replenishment at sea with the USS Santa Barbara. Oh, look, I wonder if they moved more trash on board. This is a pilot.
Littoral combat ship, right? Because it's the greatest thing ever, right, EJ? Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Brother, you know that thing's made out of aluminum, right?
Oh, I know it is. Did you know that? You know the Ticonderoga is made out of aluminum, right?
Yeah, but that's a Tycon. This is a littoral. This is literally a pile of poop. So, yeah, guys, for what it's worth, the Australian replenishment ships, like this is the reason why I wanted to bring this up. They don't just resupply Australian stuff. We all work, all the Navy, all big, like
allied navies, we can call them.
Yeah, we work together. Japanese ships resupply U.S. aircraft carriers. U.S. supply ships resupply Australian submarines. This stuff happens all the time.
I just wish the U.S. Navy would restart the DDGX program and make a better 21st century guided missile destroyer. Because let's be honest, the BBG that we'll never say the name of, that they had plans for, is one of the dumbest ideas I've ever seen in my life.
You don't like battleships?
I like battleships, but you know what I mean. Also, that battleship is about as armed as a Ticonderoga. If you're going to build a battleship, actually arm the goddamn thing. Don't be a freaking wuss about it. Jesus. Also, if you're going to make a battleship these days, make it nuclear. Quit being a bitch. Make it a BBGN.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. Like, I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with anything there. And put 16-inch guns on it.
It has lasers. Yeah, and where are those lasers? Are they a proven technology? Did the Navy prove those technologies yet? No. Okay, thank you. Actually put something that works on it. Like, we don't even have a railgun for it. That doesn't even exist.
Meant to say it just came back. Where the tugs left is a dock. Oh. So Stalwart's coming back. It's coming into port. That's why it turned its transponders on with the tugs, because the tugs are going to pilot it back into Exmouth. All right, that makes more sense.
There you go. That makes more sense.
Thank you, World Killer. World Killer's my ship guy. He's the ship guy. We had a Minecraft survival saved, and dude built half of the ships we've talked about in this stream in it. I got a guy for everything, Panta. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Stalwart's probably not the thing. It's probably not the guy.
Nah, I doubt it. That's right. But again, I think the U.S. Navy should make a new DDG and a new CG. New, because like the Ticonderogas are old, and we need a new cruiser.
Bring back the.
You don't need a battle. As much as I like battleships, it's not a battleship to me unless it's got guns on it, like artillery guns. So can we do Mark 7 50 cal railguns? 16-inch railguns.
So the problem that the Navy has been encountering with the railguns, dude, is that the barrel needs to basically be brought down to vacuum, and that's not something that's very reusable. The problem is that the slug is hitting re-entry heat speeds inside of the barrel, and it's ablating the freaking brushes. It's ablating the linear accelerator. It turns out you need to make it out of some type of heat.
I mean, yeah. Can we get Battlestars already? That's fine. I'll take the Battlestar Galactica. Or can we get Mac guns? Well, I'll just take a Mac. I'll take a Mac gun, not a rail gun. It's better.
Nader, you just had a thought. What if they do a second stage recovery, use the submersible to get it to Australia, and then send a more stable planned platform to get it back to Texas? Honestly, that's probably, I would say that's probably a reasonable thing. If I had to guess, they'd probably get this thing into Exmouth, right? And they'd probably get it in port at Exmouth and figure out something else to do there. Where's the port? Huh.
I mean, launching Starship launching from a Mac gun. That's interesting. They use a Series 8 Mac, I think it is.
There's not really a it's not really a deep water port here at Exmouth, for what it's worth. It seems like a really nice beach though. Yeah, you might be able to get away with it here. But even then, that's a small marina, dude. That's not very big. Closest port is Perth. Yeah, the closest deep water port would be Perth. Yeah. Perth, all the way down here, mate. No. No, that's the bottom of Australia. You know, I'm learning a lot about Australia's west coast.
Yeah, again, I just say Series 8 Mac. I mean, I know people don't like the Infinity, but the Series 8 Mac is a 3,000-ton ferric tungsten round fired at 0.25% the speed of light.
Yeah. Halo 4. Gross.
Well, it's better than because the Infinity has better Macs than the ODPs, which are Series 5 Super Max. But
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
I'm looking for the port. I'm pretty sure there's an HMAS port down here. Yeah, here it is. It's the one with the ship turntable. We found it the other day. That would work. Look, ship turntable. I would bring it to Australia spoiled. Absolutely. Yeah. Just get the thing near shore. Get it out. Get it off the high seas. Aqualix, what is this? Yeah, but is this going to hold a very big starship? Current location and only real possibilities. Boca Vanguard, which is in Singapore. Mighty Servant 3, which is it's in Indonesia if they're going to carry it. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to get to see SpaceX's recovery con ops played out in real time here. Is there any other deep water port? Port Hedland. Ozzy was telling me about Port Hedland. Port Hedland has plenty of deep water ports, but there's no cranes. This is all iron ore and aggregate and stuff, which is pretty cool to be quite fair. That is pretty neat. We are infrastructure nerds in here, Ryan. I don't know if you knew that.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's just a fueling platform. Yeah, it's not really good for offloading. So Headland is deep water enough, but man, I know Australia's big, but this is a big place.
There's a lot of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, you go to the
It's
American
a very,
West.
very barren area. It's also big.
Yeah, she's a big one.
Like
That's a big country, dude.
like if you wanted to get to the port of Exmouth and fly into actually a decently sized city, you'd have to fly into Perth. And then you're talking about a 13-hour drive up to Exmouth in some of the harshest terrain on the face of this planet.
It's
Through
1100.
the Australian outback.
It's 1100 Ks. That's a long way.
That's a long way.
That's a 12-hour drive all day. If there's a highway that
And you're
gets
not
there,
doing that all day because
I'd do it. I'd do it all day.
well, I don't. I say that because there probably comes a point in there where you're not gonna have any more gas stations there. Because, well, I mean, yeah, you hit the Australian outback and there's fucking nothing there.
That's how far Starship is from the coast right now. Yeah. Maybe up in Darwin? Is there anything up there?
There should be. If it'll render.
Yeah, it doesn't want to. Ah, Mandalorian. Oh, no, that says Mandora. That's close.
That's enough.
Yeah, it doesn't want to render, but either way, guys, we have confirmation that they're going to go get it. We're sending a ship out.
And here we go.
And here we go. Considering the sun availability, that's actually a good use case for EVs. Camp during the day as the chargers drive at night. Solar panels, though, man. I mean, they are doing power walls out there, so who knows? But anyway, Brian, this was a pretty good space news. I think, I usually like to go 2.5 hours here. It's pretty good. Pretty good little space news segments.
I think dropped right at the end there, where that was fun confirmation.
Yeah, we talked about ships, we talked about recovery boats, talked about Starship, talked about World War II, talked about World War One.
Little bits here and there.
Yeah. Is the recovery team ship on the Marine Traffic Finder? Yes, it is. It's
If you need premium to see it because the AIS would ping. You need premium to see the AIS ping out that far. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's somewhere out here. It's one of these guys. One of those guys out there, dude.
Also, I think they need to get the ship sooner or later because all of a sudden it'll enter a shipping lane and then they'll have to shut down the shipping lane until it exits the shipping lane.
Yeah,
I don't think they want that either.
So yeah, it's see the lane right there, guys? That's it's drifting into that lane, so it's somewhere around here. I think it's one of these guys. The Atlantic Eagle. Unspecified ship out of coastal AIS range. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that that's probably it. Where's Starship right now? More or less where the mouse cursor is. It's about halfway between Indonesia and Australia. The currents are taking it towards Christmas Island. Do you still think they'll retire the first ship they catch, which might be Ship 41?
Probably.
Yeah, a ship that they get back in caught, Steelers fan. I think I would want to take that. I'd want to take that thing apart and inspect it. Just get a full good analysis on what, a ship that's gone all the way back and completed their full mission, Need more airplane chat. Airplanes are my favorite topics for reasons. We could talk about any plane except for the Harrier. That thing's kind of stupid. No, actually, it's one of my
We
favorite.
can we
it's one
can
of my
talk
favorite
we can
planes.
talk about how the Air Force is stupid and gave the contract to the 22 instead of the 23.
Yeah. You take that
And
back.
how Lockheed sucks at designing airplanes, and the F-35 is a pile of dog shit because it's Fat Amy.
Woo. That's gonna be a spicy little opinion there.
If you make a Navy airplane, make it have 2 engines, you idiots.
But it hovers. Hovering is nice.
I don't care.
This would work, Aqualux. Yeah. Yeah, this would work. Work safe, home safe.
Fat Amy sucks. That's the F-35.
And on that bombshell, I think we're good. I think we're good. We'll move into after hours. Not much further than the next month. Yeah. For Ryan, didn't Ship 31 survive somewhat intact on Flight 6? Yeah, usually the front gets blown away when it tips over, Steelers. This one, for whatever reason, didn't. If they plan to catch a next ship, why salvage it? Actually, Drummer, we talked a lot about that for the Space News. Probably want to back up and go look, dude. There was a lot of different reasons.
Hey, spoiled. It may have tanked the SAM, but so did an F-15. Hell, an F-15 flew and landed when a wing got blown off. So, no, F-35 sucks.
Jeez. All right. Okay. Let's take that spiciness into Battlefield then. Gee. All right. So we'll pop over to Battlefield. I got to jog the YouTube VOD. Ryan, I will see you in a second. I'm going to mute Discord for the time being here. And yeah, we'll be back in for some Battlefield in a moment. Ryan will fit in perfectly here. I think that's yeah. We'll have more Battlefield. F-35 is the SLS of the military. Oh, don't say it like that. I actually kind of like the F-35, man. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the Space and Rocket review with 100% more Ryan Weber. So I'm going to jog the VOD now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. They're going to recover 40. We will give you all the updates. I'll give you all the daily updates that you need. We'll do it. We're doing another Space News tomorrow. If Ryan wants to be here, we could do that too. If not, I'm the only one here. It's EJ Space and Rocket review. You like SLS too? Your point? I was just giving Nader crap. I think the Harrier is one of the greatest airplanes ever designed. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not saying that to gain favor with it. Can't go supersonic, but also it's one of the Pegasus engine is genius. Genius. Ryan Swears and Rockets review. Tad bit unhinged, but anyway. Yeah, I'm going to jog the YouTube pod, guys. We'll get into after hours, play some Battlefield. It'd be good. I'll see you in a second.